Hey friends. So just an FYI, not much has changed, just the moon. So we are on day 16 and happy birthday to my father in heaven today. Lots of January birthdays in my family. I'm not sure about yours. If there is, drop a comment below, see if that's any fun. So let's just look. So the moon was in the 44, and again, what I love is that the beginning of this year has really dropped us deeper into a process. I never noticed it last year or the year before. But this year I've noticed this deep reflective aspect that's taking place and touching on some gates that we really need to get clear, get wise, get ourselves out of the conditioning and see the purity of the information. Now, why do I say get yourself out of the conditioning? Now, for me, the transiting program is clarity. It brings a pure sense of the energy field. Now, when we get it from someone else, right, when we get our conditioning from another human being, they've already translated that information through themselves. Just like I am having this conversation with you, I translate it through my filter and I share it with you. But when we have the moment to just sit and lean into, what is the moon? What is the conversation with the moon around coming to meet our past? That's really what it is. We're meeting our past so that we can move into the future. And it's just one of the ways that we can lean in to who we are and the magic of that. But what I also love is that the node is also, our south node is in the 44. And what this is telling us, it's not that we're leaving our past in the past, because we are, but yet we're not, is that this is a stepping stone for us to recognize that when we meet our past at a different level, at a reflective level, that's what the moon does, at a reflective level versus the conditioning and this preconceived notion that this happened to me, so blah, 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 or that person did this to me, or instead of going, those experiences worked through me so that now I can use them on my platform to the next step and stage of my life. However, so many of us humans, including myself, have moments where we see these experiences and we allow them to stop us from moving into the future. And the 44 is such an interesting gate because it's a part of the capitalistic world, our entrepreneurial endeavors. So I can't look at my past without recognizing that I'm bringing bits and pieces and that wisdom into my entrepreneurial journey. It is how the movement is on the body graph, is that I am ambitious to move past where my mom and dad were. There's the ambition to see that the genetic code and the genetics are the continuity into the future, but the past doesn't have to hold me back. The past can actually release me into a new perspective of myself, and then recognize that inside that tribal materialism, that there is this individual that's standing there. And that's where we branch off on the 51 to the 25, and we take this leap into the void. And we how do I want to say, it's not that we break out of the tribe. It is that we show our individuality inside the tribe. And the tribe, some of the tribe members appreciate that, some do not. And then what can happen is that we can drop deeper into our innocence and recognize that all those experiences were here to just hand us this beautiful silver platter of experiences. I had the experience. You've had your experiences, and now we get to take this out into the world and say, those experiences created me. They built me. They allowed this human experience to show its wisdom. And now you can innocently drop back in to the spirit of the self, and whatever your definition of self possibly is. It's not the mind, right? It isn't even like, it isn't the mind. It's not the conditioned mind. It's so much bigger than that. It's the consciousness and awareness that is housed within that. Here we are in the 25th gate, Jupiter, line 6, ignorance. So a lot of people say ignorance is bliss. You can look at it like that if you choose to. You can look at ignorance as bliss. Let's just take a look at what it says here. False innocence betrayed by actions. So the least mild of a negative position where inappropriate action is censured. The loss of innocence through inappropriate action. Now, isn't that interesting that that is leading us into, you know, that 6th line is leading us into the next gate? That there can be a false innocence. So this is where we need to lean into the decision making, because the decision making then takes us into that new reality field, that we are a part of the consciousness field, but now we can stand in our own awareness and only take action from our decision making. Don't take action from the conditioned mind. Take action from your own decision making. And the moon at this moment, while I'm doing this video, is in the 1st gate. That capacity for us to lean into that creative self-expression and recognize that the homogenization, especially online, right? We see this deeply in the online world, is holding back a lot of people from just being individual, just being truthful to yourself and your energy field and how your body feels, and the capacity to not let the conditioned mind run your show. And still, we have the thinker. I love the thinker. And we're moving out of that shortly here, within a few hours. We're going to be in the 60th gate, back into that limitation, back into the pressure inside the body, and in the root center from the sun, and Pluto will also be there. And what the root center teaches us is to understand that freedom is an inside game. Freedom is an inside game. Once you understand that you are free, that there is freedom deep within the cellular structure, unbeknownst to a vast majority of humanity that are in the confines of the system. I am too. I still use their electricity. I still use their natural gas. I still use their money. I get it. I'm inside the system as well. And it's being inside the system and not being enslaved by the system. It's being free inside of your own being, creating a space where you can be in relaxation and not in the mode of stress. Then you transcend the limitation. So that's where we're moving to. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully there's some of you that want to pop into the mentorship. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to lean into the quietude of mind and see design through this contemplative energy, and really lean in and blend in so much of the teachings around the Rosicrucians and gene keys and the laws of the universe, and just like having this beautiful spectrum of energy around this mentorship. I can see it building, and I can see the people in there just allowing for the mind to no longer be on the trendy human design, but leaning into the magnitude of the material and just being with it. So I hope to see you there. We start tomorrow, and yeah, thank you.